Greetings, race fans. J.R. Gregory here with Mamba Racing, and we have got highlights. It is PCA Sim Racing Summer Fun Series, Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin, Road America. We are racing the Porsche 992 GT3 Cup car. Got 27 of them taking the grid tonight, led by Michael Kaholik in pole. James Huth will be beside him in P2. Pies and Joachim Bacher will be in the second row. Cyphers and Campbell behind them. Mulbauer and Reinsberg and Patterson and Albano will round out the top 10. Very short pace lap here, really not a pace lap at all. Nowhere near what is needed to warm the tires on these cars, so discretion is going to be the better part of valor here in the early going. Pace car is off, and we will take the green. Clean so far, and it looks like Pies is going to squeeze ahead of James Huth. Going into turn one, Cyphers, Campbell, Bacher behind them. So it'll be Kaholik, Pies, and Bacher leading the field through turn three for the first time. Now we're in a bit of a danger zone here on these cold tires. Downhill, under braking, and Gary Reese is going to start a chain reaction. Robert Cottle wants a piece of everybody as he comes through there like a bowling ball. My goodness. And that is the first incident of the day in turn 5. Joachim Bacher now is going to take a turn for the worst coming through turn 6. He is off in the grass. Back to our front four now. That is Kaholik, Pies, Huth, and Derek Cyphers in the 95 car. As they come out of turn 8 onto the carousel. A little different configuration here. Most folks are used to accelerating hard out of the carousel on the approach to the kink, but this configuration, as you see here, has a tight chicane. It's usually used for motorcycles. But slowing the cars quite a bit creates a big braking zone there after the carousel. So Kaholik will lead the front four here through Canada for the first time. As we complete lap 1. Logan Grado now. He spun off of turn 3 on the first lap, trying to make his way back. He's looking at Granger for 17, and we're going to see this scenario many times this afternoon. A big draft on the front straight. Grado is going to make that pass easily, although over Cook's entrance to 1, just a hair, washes out, but manages to keep ahead. Now here's Albano looking at Volker Krebs. Another big passing zone here. Downhill into turn 5, under braking. And Albano has a run here, and too much of a run. He is going to overcook that entry. He will go way wide, and that will let J.R. Gregory through. Albano will lose that position to Gregory as they go through 6 and head toward the carousel. There's Andrade now coming through turn 8 onto the carousel, and Tialosa. Little hip check there to let Andrade know that he is there, taking advantage of a bobble. Meanwhile, have a little train here forming with Williams, Raba, Klassen, and Rigorado. You want to stay in those trains if possible. The draft here, so key in keeping up good pace here at Road America. Gregorado, beautiful overhead view here, will have the run into turn 5. He has the inside. Klassen, though, manages to outbrake Enrico. It's going to make him come back for that again. And Klassen, there is a bobble in 8. Klassen not getting a good exit there. Gregorado looks to the inside of the carousel. Brave move at this juncture, but Grigorado gets it done, and then hard on the binders, as I said, for that tight chicane. Back up front now. Koholik has got Chris Pies all over him heading down the hill into turn 5. Pies will easily outbrake Michael to take P1. Koholik, though, staying with him. He's not going to allow that gap to form. He wants to be there the next time there's a drafting opportunity. Here comes Campbell and Mulbauer side by side into 5. Oof. Campbell goes wide. Not sure if there was contact there, but that allows Michael Patterson through. And same place. Here's Mario Gonzalez making his move on Gary Reese. That's good for P14. Andrade looking at Scott Rogers. Rogers washes out of 5 a little bit. That's going to give Andrade a run up the hill into 6 under the Corvette bridge, and Andrade will make that move stick. Back to the front now. Chris Pies coming onto that main straight. Koholik tight behind him. Koholik is going to use the draft. Koholik will get the inside run here. Get the extra speed from that draft, and he is going to make that move. Third lead change of the race already between Pies and Koholik. James Huth still lurking in the background, waiting for his opportunity. Now we've got D'Alosa. He's looking at Gary Reese. Reese bobbles in the chicane, a little bit of grass there, and that's all D'Alosa needs to jet away. Back to the front. Pies. And it's deja vu all over again for Koholik as Pies outbreaks him into turn 5. That'll be the 4th lead change of this race. Jeff Williams now looking at Andrade. Back to that train. Andrade overcooks that tough entry to the chicane. And washes out. Oh my goodness. Christian Rava, always the opportunist, says thank you very much. Hold that door open for me. I'll see you later. And now Grigorado is on the inside of Williams. Williams there looking good to pick up a position and instead loses 2 positions. And that is the dark and cruel heart of racing these 992 Cup cars. As Williams finds himself now at the end of that line. Grigorado now looking at Andrade going into turn 5. Andrade will wash out a little, and that is enough for Grigorado to beat him to the next corner and drive away clean. Back to the front now. Guess who? It is Koholik again with a run on Pies heading into turn 1. And another lead change as Koholik knocks Pies temporarily off the top step here. Huth still lingering in the background of this battle. Now we're at lap 11. Koholik is going to pit, and Pies will continue. Here's Bacher looking at Gregory for P8. Uncontested pass there as Bacher gets a good run down the straightaway. Here comes Pies and Huth into the pits now. They're hitting 1 lap after Michael Koholik, who had been in first before his pit stop. See if the difference in pit strategy there has an impact on track position. Here comes Koholik now. Pies and Huth exiting the pits. And Koholik is going to beat them both into turn 1. So really no impact on track position or those differing pit strategies. Back to Gregory and Bacher. Bacher now in 6th position, which Gregory will take. puts Gregory up to 6th, all the way from 17th, candidate for hard charger today. Bacher, though, prefers Gregory in the rear view and will make that pass happen into turn 5. And back to the front. Pies. He's got the draft on Koholik. White flag lap. Koholik with a big swerve there in the braking zone. Must have seen a frog on the track to precipitate that evasive maneuver. Pies gives him a little smooch on the bumper. I see what you did there. And Pies inches from Koholik as they head down Moraine towards turn 5. Pies has made this pass on Koholik at least twice before in this race. He's going to do it again. Koholik peeks inside. Pies is still able to outbrake him there. And that is the 7th lead change of the race between these two. Pies up into first. And Koholik's opportunities are quickly running out here. Really the only passing zone left here is into Canada. Which they're approaching now. Pies has a decent gap. Koholik is not going to look inside of Canada. Seems resigned to P2 here. Wow, what a race between these two. 7 lead changes, folks. My goodness. And Pies is going to run up the hill to start finish and notch his 6th victory in the Summer Fun Series. Of course, Pies Series 8 Pro Champion. And showing why. Dealing with the pressure and dealing out the pressure. Able to fight off Koholik for the win. Here's Gregorado looking at Granger. That's 13 and 14. They'll come through Canada. Gregorado closing the gap. And Granger goes defensive. Covers the inside, heading onto the front straight. That will kill his exit speed. Giving up exit speed and giving up the draft here to Gregorado. Gregorado alongside. And, oh my goodness, that is a photo finish. And I believe Enrico Gregorado is going to cross the line first. That's a memorable finish for those two. My goodness, Road America, folks. What a race. Congratulations to our podium. Chris Pies, Michael Koholik, and James Huth taking your top 3 overall and podium in pro. In club, Bacher, Grotto, and Michael Patterson. In sport class, Enrico Gregorado, Jeff Williams, and Arnie Clausen will round out your PCA Sport podium. And in challenge, Chad Dick has the distinction of first and last place, only challenge driver to join us here this afternoon. Thanks for watching. This is J.R. Gregory, Mamba Racing.